Okay, so recently with Wuthering Waves version 2.0, we've seen a big increase of people coming back to the game, kind of enjoying it, and also people sticking with the game and actually reaping from the rewards for sticking with the game. And obviously I'm one of them who has stuck with the game ever since it came out. You know, I played some of the beta at the start, and then obviously we went in, played some of the actual game, and I've been sticking with it, you know, even during the parts where it's kind of dying down a little bit and people weren't very interested in the game. Because let's be real, there was a moment in Wuthering Waves where it did slow down quite a bit, but obviously we can see why it slowed down quite a bit, because they're preparing for all of this version 2.0 stuff and had a lot of their staff focused to this new update. Now obviously, you know, I wanted to go through some of the other experiences of people that have stuck with the game, and actually a new article came out from a game kind of news thing, I'm pretty sure. And they pretty much talk about their experience of why they're glad they actually stuck with Wuthering Waves and why it's been such a great game to stick with throughout this entire time. So we're going to be going through that, kind of taking a look, and also giving my own personal experience with Wuthering Waves as well, and just kind of talking about how Wuthering Waves have done some really good stuff in the community and, you know, just for the game in general, which has made people stick and also come back to the game. But before I get into this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you guys do enjoy it, and also give me subs, use my code KEZZA, we can get yourself 10% off a ton of cups and tubs. Definitely recommend going over there. Again, they got a ton of really cool stuff. They just released their V-card stuff, which again is absolutely great. It did sell out, but you know, there should be some more drops soon, so definitely go over there, use my code KEZZA. It's really cool. So yeah, let's get back into the video. So here is the actual article. It's from Engadget. They say, I'm glad I gave Wuthering Waves a chance even with a disastrous launch. How the game went from dead to a Game Awards nominee in just 6 months. So yeah, obviously Wuthering Waves have been very highly decorated recently. Obviously last video I went through some of the awards that they've actually won, and also some, you know, even future awards that they could win, and there's still even more stuff out there which they could win for future updates and even for version 2.0, because version 2.0 has been such a massive success. It's caught the eyes of a lot of people. Now they say when Wuthering Waves launched about half a year ago on iOS, Android and Windows, there were some serious issues on day one. While some can be forgiving when a game launches, especially a live service game that will get a lot of updates, the errors that many experienced were catastrophic. However, developer Kuro Games didn't give up on this title, and it has more than recovered from its launch, even becoming a nominee at the Game Awards last year, which yeah, if you saw, yeah, Wuthering Waves did become a nominee. Unfortunately, they did lose out to Balatro, which was kind of disappointing, and also they lost out on the Player's Choice. I'm pretty sure that was the two different ones. But again, yeah, it was really nice for them to be nominated though, because it proves, you know, they have been very successful in their past kind of, you know, year or so. I mean, half a year really is 6 months. Pretty much they say, for those who aren't familiar with Wuthering Waves, is an open world free-to-play action RPG similar to Genshin Impact in many ways, which again, a lot of people won't be happy in the comparison there, but hey, you know, we keep going, we say. However, its combat is more focused on spectacular combos, perfectly timed parries, and dodge counters after avoiding attacks at the right moment. Some players say that the combat is inspired by Devil May Cry games. Heck, there's even a reference to Virgil's modded chair in the game. So obviously, if you don't know, Virgil from Devil May Cry has this like chair thing. It gets featured in Wuthering Waves, which is a big kind of topic among creators, which is very funny. They say Wuthering Waves suffered from a disastrous launch. Many people had performance issues, experienced crashes, and dialogue text was often cut off. It wasn't uncommon to see people complaining that they couldn't play at all despite being very excited about its graphics. Some also criticized the voice acting, which reminded me of ASMR style vocals and didn't fit the usual video game voice acting direction. Fortunately, Kuro Games apologized quickly and promised to make things right, which yeah, that's referring to the Yang stuff. Obviously her voice acting wasn't very good at all. Not saying that the voice actor was bad, it was more the direction that they gave her, and now obviously it's been fixed and it's not as bad, which again is great. And they say, in fact, someone took a picture of the Kuro Games Guangdong China office between 10 and 11 p.m. and the lights were still on, and the company seemed to be taking its vow to improve the game seriously, which again is just a testament to how Kuro Games have been trying to improve their game a ton, and they are very dedicated to it. I remember this happening ages ago, and you know, people were taking pictures of the office because they were working through the night to pretty much get the better updates out and kind of get this launch going, because again, this was like in the first couple days of Wuthering Waves, and they were very worried that, you know, something bad was going to happen, so they went ahead and tried to fix it as quickly as possible, which again is great, and it shows how Kuro Games actually do care about, you know, whether their game is doing good and whether people are enjoying their game. And I'd say over the next few months, Kuro Games will work hard at fixing most of the pressing issues, while also introducing much needed quality of life fixes. The first highlight of this improvement process was giving players another free standard 5-star character and a 5-star banner weapon box. After that, they even let users have a limited 5-star character changli for free when they played to an event to a certain point. The game even has a 120 FPS mode on PC, something all other games made by direct competitor MiHoYo don't have, except Zenless Zero. So again, they're comparing it to Hoyoverse games there. I feel like this, the person who wrote this article is maybe a little bit of a Hoyoverse, player. Maybe you've played some Hoyoverse games in the past, and that's why they're comparing it a bit. But yeah, that is true. They do have an 120 FPS mode, which most of the Hoyo games don't have, apart from Zenless. They say, plus, as the 2.0 update is come to PS5, limited characters Camellya can finally be playable during November, much to the delight of many after months of waiting. Now they say Wuthering Waves made it to the final rounds of the Game Awards Best Mobile category, but didn't win, losing it to Balatro. Now we go on to some of the stuff to do with version 2.0 and rinascita, and they say Kuro Games also released a drip marketing for a new area for rinascita to build off early hype, which was something that they kind of improved on, because usually before they wouldn't tease stuff too early on, but they actually did a really good job with advertising rinascita as a whole, which I really liked. And they say these teasers allow players to farm resources ahead of time instead of relying on leaks, which again is really great to see. They say, I play the game in Mandarin, dub and text, so I didn't catch this, but an upcoming character Zany actually speaks in an Italian accent with some Spanish and Greek influence apparently, and that's if you choose the English dub. And they say when the game first launched, the English voices sound incredibly forced since some of the voice actors were British but were forced to adopt American accents, whereas Zany's Italian accent is a major improvement in the voice acting direction, and now I'm more willing to give the English dub another chance, which again is great to see, because again the English dub is absolutely great, and I think that having this kind of mix of different accents, not just Italian, but also we had the British, we had the Scottish, we had obviously a bit of American as well, which is really great to see a good mix. Now they say, now that the 2.0 update is out, I saw some players calling it a wonderful experience. As for me, I'm definitely enjoying the update and have been farming for my characters. I haven't finished the available story missions yet, but I do think Kuro Games has improved its writing compared to the first chapters. I noticed a tendency to show more than what I've experienced playing Genshin Impact and Honkai Star. Both games often utilize black screens with text, which has been a massive meme in the community as well. Obviously, people saying, fade to black, and then it has like a bit of text being like, the rover went to the market to buy some food or something like that. And so, they were just like telling and not showing, which is really great to see that Kuro Games is just doing a lot of showing and not so much telling. They say, I admit the story isn't completely riveting, which is kind of crazy. They say, but I'm still having fun exploring Solaris 3. They say, I also play Genshin Impact and can appreciate the differences. So there we go, they are a Genshin Impact player. They say Wuthering Waves' combat system actually satisfies an itch that Genshin Impact doesn't, which I can definitely see. Obviously Genshin Impact's combat is a lot different with the whole elemental stuff. They say the events are fun except for Tower of Adversity. They don't like Tower of Adversity or Pincer Maneuver, and they say that it comes back in once in a while, and they say maybe it's a skill issue. They say, but I find these modes are rather challenging if you don't have the latest characters, which I don't think is very true. I feel like a lot of people can clear Tower of Adversity. Pincer Maneuver, I'm not too sure, and I haven't really played too much of it, but Tower of Adversity, I feel like a lot of people can clear it with a lot of lower level characters, including 4 stars. But hey, maybe, yeah, I think you just need to work on your teams a little bit more and maybe level up some of your skills, everything like that. But hey, maybe there are some characters that aren't so good at it. But from what I've seen a lot of people clearing it with solo dungeon. So I feel like, it is possible with 4-star characters. And they say, despite any faults, I still play Wuthering Waves daily on Windows and look forward to future content. They say it's good enough that I'm taking any faults in the stride. Earlier this month, Kuro Games CEO Solon Lee released a letter in Chinese thanking fans and revealing that Wuthering Waves have reached its highest single day in revenue, which was great. And obviously this is a really great article, obviously talking about how well and how far Wuthering Waves have actually come, which is really good to see. And obviously, I'm very excited for what's to come to Wuthering Waves in the future. Now, if you don't actually know, Wuthering Waves also just announced this. I wasn't going to make a whole video on it, but I might make a short later on. But they pretty much say that Wuthering Waves version 2.1 special broadcast is set to air on February 7th at 7 o'clock, meaning that they are going to be doing another live stream, which is very exciting because usually Wuthering Waves don't do many live streams unless it's for a big update. So this either means A, it's going to be a big update, which maybe it could be, but I think more B, they're actually going to lean into doing more streams, a bit like Genshin Impact does every single version, which would be very nice to see. And I'm very excited to see what is to actually come in version 2.1, because I'm sure there is still a lot of things to be added to the game. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Obviously, this will be happening in almost a week's time, a little bit less than a week's time, which I'm very excited for. Obviously, a really good article talking about their experience with Wuthering Waves. And yeah, let me know down in the comments what you guys think. What is your experience with Wuthering Waves been like? Did you leave for a little bit? Did you keep playing? Did you, what did you actually do? Because I'm very interested to see where people have actually come from, or even if you guys joined from like PS5 or something like that, of a new platform coming in. It'll be really interesting to see. But yeah, that's about all I got for this video. If you guys did enjoy it, then don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And yeah, as I said, go to Game Subs, they got a ton of really cool stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.